Hello, welcome back to the channel. Many traders only focus on entries and exits. But what really decide whether you survive in the market or blow up your account is position sizing and money management. Today, I will explain what position sizing is, how to calculate it with examples, and why understanding probability of losing streaks is important to survive in the market as a trader. Let's get started. What is position sizing? Position sizing simply means how many shares, lots or contracts you should buy per trade based on your account size and risk per trade. So here is an example where your trading capital is 1 lakh and risk per trade is 1%, which means 1000 rupees, and your stop loss is 50 per share. So your position sizing should be risk divided by stop loss, that is 1000 divided by stop loss, which is 50. So that means you should not trade more than 20 shares at a time or in a one trade. This keep risk as 1000 no matter what. Position sizing is like a seat belt in a car. It doesn't prevent accidents, but it ensures person survive them. Now let's move to some money management basics. Money management simply means how much capital willing to risk overall and per trade. So as a rule of thumb, you should not risk 1 to 2% of your capital per trade, and maximum open risk should not be more than 5 to 6%. At any given point of time, you will have 3 to 4 open trades with risk per trade between this. Here is an example. If your account size is 2 lakh, your risk per trade is 1%, which means 2000. So at a time 3 trades, so your total risk will be 6000, which means 3% of your account size, which is okay. If you risk 5% per trade and for 3 trades it will be 15%, and if there is a losing streak, then you will end up losing 35 to 40% of your capital within weeks. So let's understand what is losing streaks and what is the probability of losing streaks. So here is the something many traders never think about, which is probability of consecutive losses in a row. If you have 50% of win rate, then you may think, great, I can win 50% of the time. But remember, even though your win rate is 50%, you will have 5 to 6 consecutive losses in a row. So let's understand how this losing streak work, or the probability of losing streaks work. So here is the formula. Probability of number of losses in a row equal to 1 minus W, where W is win rate, to the power n means number of consecutive losses. So consider these examples. If you have win rate is 50%, that means loss rate is also 50%. Okay, and probability of 3 losses in a row, which is as per formula 1 minus win rate, that is 50%, which is 0.5 to the power 3, because we are calculating for 3 losses, which means 0.5 to the power 3, which is equal to 0.125, which is 12.5%. You can calculate this. Now for the probability of 5 losses in a row, which is 1 minus 0.5 to the power 5, 5 is number of losses in a row, which is 0.5 to the power 5 equal to 0.03125. So around 3.12% is the probability you will have 5 losses in a row with 50% win rate. If your win rate is 40%, then 5 losses in a row, which is here 40% win rate, which means loss rate is 60%. So 1 minus 0.4 to the power 5, which is 0.6 to the power 5, it's approximately 7.7%. So with 40% win rate, there is 7% of, or the around 8% probability that you will have 5 losses in a row. Now consider, if you risk 5% per trade, then if you encounter with the 5 consecutive losses, so 25% of your capital will be wiped out. Whereas if you only risk 1% per trade, then your 5 consecutive losses will have 5% of drawdown, which is easily recoverable. Now let's see important chart where we have win rate and probability of consecutive losses. Here we have win rate starting from 50% to 90% and probability of the consecutive losses starting from 1 to 5, 10 and 20. So in our previous video, we have already covered we should have win rate above 50% and risk reward should be 1:1.5 or 1:2. We should start with this risk reward and win rate about 50%. If you see here in this chart, let's consider 5 consecutive losses in a row. If your win rate is 50%, then there is 1 out of 32 trades you will have 5 consecutive losses in a row. If your win rate is 60%, then there is 1 out of 98 trades you will have 5 consecutive losses in a row. Similarly, for 70, 1 out of 412, 80, 1 out of 3000 and 90, around 1 out of 10,000 trades you will have 5 consecutive losses. If you see here, there are millions and trillions of trades as well for 20 or 10 consecutive losses. So depending on this chart, you can decide your system or build your system which will have good win rate, good risk reward, and you should psychologically prepare for these many number of consecutive losses in a row once in these many times. So if you want, you can take a screenshot of it. It will be helpful in long run. And this is why money management is important than your strategy, because losing streaks are not if, they are when. So now move ahead and see some position sizing models. So we have fixed lot position sizing. So no matter what, you will trade with, for example, 100 or 100 lots. So here problem with this is risk is not constant. It will change depending on your stock or the index selection. Then we have fixed amount risk. Let's say 5,000 is your amount. So no matter what, you will not lose more than 5,000 rupees. Then we have the percentage of account. So let's say your account size is 1 lakh and you put 6% as your position sizing model or the risk, total risk. And if your account grow to 1.25 lakh, your risk will automatically increase. If your account size reduce to 80k or 90k, your risk amount will automatically reduce. So most professional traders go with this percentage of account position sizing model. Now there is one case study where I will have one question for you at the end. So let's say capital for this particular case study is 1 lakh. Risk per trade is 1%, which is 1000. Risk reward is 1:2. Win rate is 40. That means loss rate is 60%. Total number of trades are 20. Since win rate is 40, so 20 out of 20 trade, 8 trade you will win and 12 trades you will lose. So let's say 8 trade into 2000, because our risk reward is 1:2 and risk is -1000. Okay, so this is 1000 total loss and your profit will be 16,000. Okay, so your net PNL will be plus 4,000. Okay, whereas consider risk per trade is 5%. That means 5,000. Okay, and risk reward will be the same. Win rate, loss rate will be same. Number of trade will be same. So loss rates will be 12. win rates will be 8. 8 into 1:2, that means 10,000 you will win. So this is plus 80,000, and losing will be minus 5,000 per loss, which is minus 60,000. So net P&L here would be plus 20,000. Here is plus 4,000, here is plus 20,000. So my question here is, which system you should follow and why? Drop your answers in comments below with your reasoning. If you say system 1, then say system 1 with why you should go with system 1. If system 2, then say system 2 and why you should go with system 2. So here with system 2 you will gain 20,000, with system 1 you will gain 4,000 for 1 lakh capital. So this is around 4% and this is around 20%. I will give my answer with reasoning in our next video. So to summarize, so position sizing control how much you will lose per trade, and money management ensures you survive losing streaks. And probability reminds us that losses are the part of game. It's math, not bad luck. In the next video, I will go deeper into how to calculate optimal position sizing with the help of Excel. So make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. Remember, trading is not about avoiding losses. It's about surviving long enough to let your age play out. Thank you, and don't forget to drop your answer in the comments. I'll see you in the next video.